The day of the hero draws near, which shall see the crowning of a new king. 20 days remain.
Here you are.
The day starts, and we're heading out to yet another bounty, this time to take down the thieves. I'll admit, besides the occasional guard and rival, I haven't really killed anyone that could be considered sapient. Or at least not a monster. So this will be the first, but they're thieves, so they knew what they were getting into when they started doing thievery and, illegal acts. As I spend the way there playing a strategic board game with Hulkenberg, finally giving me rank 5 in wisdom so I can finish Yufa's storyline tomorrow.
Hey, did you see outside?
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at Malabelo's Stope, where magla crystals resembling massive humans jut eerily from the rock. For reasons as clear as the crystals, excavations here were deemed taboo and forbidden by the Sanctus Church. However, some say that the mining continues in secret. The crystalline figures gaze in silence at their new visitors, as though assessing them.
We arrive to a massive site where they likely mined magla, as the structure of the crystals looks like humans and likely span for miles upon miles. I'll admit, they're kinda creepy. I can feel their stares, as I tell Basilio just that, but Basilio knows a little history about this place, and by his words, it's where most of the materials for the igniters came for the experiments, which of course opens old wounds, but also apparently, regardless of how much you mine out of them, they'll still resemble people, Basilio believing that the poor souls surrounding this area, be it the ones enslaved to work in the mines, or the people dying from the experiments, have their magla mixed up with the place, but he calls it hearsay. But apparently Yufa thinks there's some truth to it. But who cares? This is the final place we need to visit, got myself a good old achievement. So let's get going, with a new nearest ring, of course.
The party makes their way to the northmost part of Tradia, the region housing the capital, to the disgraced ruins. When were they built? By whom and for what purpose? There has yet to be any literature or folklore that sheds light on the matter. Still, none of this changes the fact that what stands before them is real. The invitation is extended.
We arrive to meet this bandit, talking about some salvation and some savior that will come. Of course, his allies and him are likely up for an offering to this potential salvation. But they're bandits and thieves, killing innocents, so we've got to stop them now. Their team strength and variety of resistances made things a tad bit challenging. Not, oh my god, this is impossible challenging, of course, but enough to make me use my head a little. As I use the Masked Dancer ability to add weaknesses to the enemies to my advantage to take down their head boss man just a bit faster than I would have, taking him down with a synchronized wind attack.
Be here for the weak spot!
What you
We'll do this together! Show them our might!
This can't be real!
With his defeat, we're quite happy, but something is different, and it turns out the words he talked about some god of salvation wasn't false. As a human appears, this hulking beast was a surprise, and if it were to attack the capital, it could only spell disaster, so we must take it down. Unfortunately, the original fight I used everything in my disposal and wasn't ready for this one. I tried to take it down how I am now, but I was team wiped in a single turn. So I had to come back with some new skills, but with the same formation, and it worked out better. But I must say, I should have brought Stroll into this fight, and I might have if things didn't work out this time. But regardless, we called it pretty close. Most of my team was at death's door and running on fumes when it came to SP, especially Heismay. But thankfully, the Prince archetype does insane damage to humans, which was its eventual downfall.
Go!
With the first challenge in a long time conquered, we celebrate by taking the trophy to prove our medal and then heading back to enjoy ourselves a well-deserved feast.